maybe you have fallen in love with that joyous, glorious, heavenly sound of the banjo. Now you are thinking about buying one and changing your life for the better. Well, if that's the case, then watch this video to the end because I'm going to cover some crucial mistakes that beginner banjo players make when buying their first banjo. And then I'm going to give my professional opinion on the best beginner banjo. Let's get into it. If you're new to the channel, my name is Andy Eversole and I travel the world with a banjo creating more peace through music, community through creation. Now, I've been playing professional banjo for almost 30 years. And in that time, I've had some of the best banjos and some of the worst banjos. And in this video, I'm going to give my professional opinion on what is the very best beginner banjo you can buy. But before I do that, we need to go over a few crucial mistakes that many beginner banjo players make when buying their first banjo. The first issue is going too cheap and getting a garbage banjo. Look, I get it, money can be tight sometimes. And my very first banjo was awful. And you're not sure if your interest or the interest of someone you may be shopping for is going to stick. And let me say, a crappy banjo is better than no banjo at all. However, a few crucial problems arise when getting a super cheap, low quality banjo. One is the craftsmanship. Often really cheap banjos are going to start falling apart immediately. And you're probably going to spend more money taking it to the banjo shop to keep it playable than you would have spent in the first place buying a better banjo. The second issue is tuning. Now, banjos are notoriously hard to tune, even the good ones. So if you have a really low quality banjo, forget about it. Also, related to that is intonation. And this is the sound that a note makes when you play it on the banjo. A better quality banjo is going to ring true when you play it, so you actually know what it's supposed to sound like. This is very important for anyone learning to play any musical instrument, especially the banjo. And the last issue is resale value. If you get a super low quality banjo and you eventually decide you want to sell it for some reason, it's going to be really hard to sell. On the other hand, a good banjo is going to hold its value. And when you're ready to move up and get a better banjo, or just sell it all and start coloring a coloring book, you'll most likely find it very easy to resell. Now that we have some context, I want to give you my recommendation on the best beginner banjo. Drum roll please. Let me present to you now the Deering Good Time banjo. Now this is the Deering open back good time banjo, and it's going to take care of a lot of the issues we just covered in mistakes people get with their first banjo. First of all, it's Deering, so they make really high quality banjos. The craftsmanship is amazing, so it's going to sound really good. You're going to get a high quality tone. It doesn't matter if you're playing bluegrass with picks or you're playing claw hammer banjo. Both of those work really great on this banjo. I play a lot of bluegrass, so it sounds fine to me. And then, as we talked about, the intonation. Because it's a high quality instrument, every note's gonna ring true. And how you find that is go up the neck and play some of these notes. It's a G, it's a G, G. So as you can tell, as you play all the notes all up the neck, they're all in tune. They all make the note they're supposed to. And that's really important for anyone learning to play the banjo, is to hear what it's supposed to sound like. You play a G chord here, you want it to sound like a G chord. You play an F chord, it should sound like an F chord. When you get a different banjo, it's, you're gonna get some sounds like that, and that's not very helpful when you're playing. One other thing is the resale value of these. Everyone's always looking for a great beginner banjo. And I think new, these are about $500 or $600 depending on where you find them. And if you take good care of it and play it for a few years and decide you want to get a better banjo, then you should be able to get close to that price when you sell it, as long as you take good care of it. Used banjos, D-rings hold their value, and if you're, moving up, or you're gonna just sell it and, start doing hair or something, you'll be able to get your money back out of it, which is great. So, think of that when you're making the investment into a banjo. If you decide to get rid of it, what's going to happen? And so, if you get this banjo, you're gonna do really well selling it and getting most of the money out of it that you paid. Okay, now D-ring also makes a great bluegrass good time banjo that comes with a back on it. That if you're gonna do a lot of bluegrass, that's something to look at as well. It's a little more expensive, but it's gonna have a better tone and be louder when you're playing with a bluegrass band. One of the other things that I love about this particular banjo, the open back, is the weight, the lightness. Now, I love to travel. I travel all over the world collaborating with folk musicians everywhere, and this is a great traveling banjo. Easy to put on your back. You can take it hiking. I take it into the woods and shoot videos in beautiful places. It's so light it barely even feels like you're holding anything, which is amazing given the sound that it makes. And if you get the bluegrass good time, with the back, it's going to be a little bit heavier. So, one of my favorite things about this. And then again, an extra special bonus is this pickup in here. This one came with a piezo pickup, which you can plug in and play with recording or playing with drums, put into an amplifier so you can turn it up. And it's really helpful. I do a lot of looping and things like that. I do a lot of shows where it's just easy to plug in. So that's something to keep in mind. If you think about, you may want to pick up when you buy a banjo if you're going to need that sort of thing. But for the most part, people just getting started are going to do just fine with this beautiful D-ring good time banjo. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you've gotten a lot out of it. We're going to have the descriptions of these banjos in the link below, so just check it out down there. See if there's one on sale. We've got the D-ring good time open back there, and also the bluegrass banjo. And if you got a banjo and you want to learn how to play the next songs, then watch this video over here. It's going to show you how to learn songs. And if you want to join us in the Banjo School and supercharge your banjo skills, you'll find that link down below too. This is my recommendation, the D-ring good time. But as I said, any banjo is better than no banjo at all. Adios.